I started tinkering with this kit a while ago, and all of a sudden, it's not a million miles off being finished. So I reckon we ought to crack on and get this done. Roll credits. Right, the reason this got so far along is because I think I was doing a live stream. It's the first and at this point my only live stream, and all the builds I had kind of on the go were stuff I was making videos of, so I didn't want to take something on and bring it along because I was documenting it via the videos. So I was kind of very tempted to start this anyway, because who doesn't like a sharp mouth? So this got kind of as far along as it did, and I'll be honest with you, after the Roland became quite an involved build with the rigging and all of that fun stuff, so I decided I should just carry on with this. There are probably quite a few reviews of this kit. As you can see, I've got the pilot isn't actually fixed in, and he had to lose part of his feet to actually fit in, but I'll just do this thing because it's one of the newer Airfix kits, so of course if it does eventually focus, there we go. It's got quite a nicely detailed interior in there. Got the pilot. Kind of happy with how he's turned out. He fits in there nicely. So hard to tell what I've done. I've painted it. That's not the colours I got with this kit, because I think 3 out of the 4 of them were just solid lumps. So I'm using one of the Tamiya's, I think Desert Yellow. No, it's not that one, is it? Anyway, I've written it down somewhere, so I'll let you know what I did end up using. And it's just had a light wash in there just to bring out those details. So what I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to get this part fitted on, which, okay, that's possibly going to need some work to get to look right. And if you can see that, it's quite gappy on one side. It seems to have a dint out of it on the other, so that may require a little bit of filling. So here we are again. I've literally just spent 5 minutes. That's all I've used. Finger out of the way. Little bit of that onto a top. Draw it on with a cocktail stick like so, and then wipe it off so it just fills a crack. It may be because it does shrink as it dries, so it'll potentially want another going over, but that is for me probably the easiest way to fill these sorts of problems without having to use any sort of abrasives. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you don't need to use any sorts of abrasives. I've even, that triangular missing piece, there we go. Yep, I've even poured a bit into that triangular missing part. That will probably shrink, so I may need to have another go at that. I'll put a run, kind of a bead where that part was. So, failing that, if it doesn't, if it does need filling, that does provide a base for the filler to go over, so you use a little bit less filler. So I'm at the point on this build where I'm thinking about sealing this cowling on. Now the instructions, as you should be seeing, will have you fix the propeller in place well, at this point before that goes on. However, once the cowling's on and that's fixed in place, as you can see, and you should be seeing the instructions that show that as well, it's going to make that quite tricky to mask and paint. What I always try to do is just leave the propellers like that and just slide them in, let them friction fit. This one's not going to have it. It's just a bit, yeah, it will fall off. So I do have something up my sleeve to deal with that, and I'll show you what that is right now. Right, what I've got here is plumber's PTFE tape, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of that. I'm going to put it over that part and over the hole, then push the propeller through it. Like that should provide enough friction to keep the propeller in place without it falling off, and still I'll be able to remove it for painting, which then means I will be able to fix this piece on properly, make sure that's on lovely and nice, and then we can start to think about painting. So I'll get this ready to go and I'll show you what that entails. Okay, so here we have a little piece of the PTFE tape over the nose, over the hole, and all I'm going to do is press that in and through. And there we have it. Now, the good thing about this is I've had to fiddle with the lights because it was washing out where the PTFE was. You couldn't actually see it first time I tried. So that's nice and snug. It'll turn. If I've done this right, oh, got a bit of fluff on there. If I've done this right, that should. Yep, there we go. PTFE is still in place. It provides enough grip to hold the propeller on and enough slackness that I can get it off. So what I'm going to do is this can be now fixed in place properly. I should get the canopy on, mask that up, and we are then ready to throw paint at it. It's time to start chucking paint around. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is to pre-shade this, and then we can start thinking about putting the colours on and masking and all that kind of fun stuff. I've completely masked the canopy. I did try to mask it so I could get the frames as much as I could, but it's very awkward because The problem is they're so fine, they're very, very awkward to actually mask. So I've done the best I can for now. I'll take the masking off and when it's all done, and we'll see if we need a bit of a touch up. And I'll also spray that black as well while I'm at it. So here we go. So I've very clearly made something of a dog's breakfast of the pre-shading. As bad as it looks, I'm fairly sure I can pull it back when I do the underside blue. And that underside blue will be this tin of Humble Enamel 157 as specified on the kit call out. Except the paints that came with the kit were just solid lumps, so I'm having to find alternatives. But that's the same colour, just in enamel. Personally, do find enamels a little bit more easier to use, if I'm going to be honest. So airbrush is all set up, and it's had a thorough cleaning, which may or may not become another video. Let's see what happens when we chuck some more paint at it. Right, I'm going to leave this video here where you saw me starting up the paint, because the paint job was quite involved, and I think, to be honest, it warrants a separate video. Otherwise this is going to become a 40-minute, hour-long extravaganza, and I don't really want to do that all in one video. As you can see, I'm giving you a little clue as to how it all turned out. So stay tuned, because it has all been filmed. So stay tuned for part 2, painting the Tomahawk. If you've enjoyed the video you've just watched, here's another video you might want to watch, a playlist you might want to watch also. And please don't forget to, if you have enjoyed it, leave me a like and maybe a subscribe. I would much appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye.